All right. Third time. Third time is a charm. We are here in Charlie's house.
Where we dive into the unknown and the unusual.
And we tell you whether or not we find it believable.
Yes.
I now believe that Wi-Fi is believable.
Yeah.
Listen.
Who knew those trees wouldn't give a strong enough signal?
Logan, as soon as we set up the camera, we're like, oh no, we're on the wrong sides.
Everything's all wrong.
In my defense, I said, can we switch? And Charlie told me no. So.
I did say no.
He did.
It's time.
I'm looking at this. I'm looking at us, and it looks like it looks okay.
Not
it looks
too
okay.
laggy.
Yeah.
I was gonna put my blanket back on, but it's too warm in here. So.
Dude, I got a shirt on, I got a sweater on, and I got this cow suit on. So I might become milk here in a minute. I might
expired milk.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you guys if you could Twitch someday to freak people out, or switch. I thought you said Twitch.
Oh.
I'm like, I should probably pull this closer, just a little bit. Is it in the frame? No, we good.
Okay.
But anyway, thank everybody for coming with us now for the third time.
Yeah, thank you. Technical difficulties happen.
Yeah,
it's part of the life.
Especially to us. So you can see and hear perfectly. That's
great.
What's up. So we were in Kirtland. We were in Kirtland, Ohio, and we were going to talk about the Melon heads, and we still are. That is today's topic.
Yes.
I will say we're a little bit safer. Welcome
I'd say
for
much
being your first
safer.
time. Where is Charlie's costume? That is what the people want to know.
I mean...
He's being a white podcasting guy that likes to talk about his opinions.
As a podcaster,
Charlie's dressed up as a guy who just drove 3 hours. That's accurate. So we're excited. We got the audio now. We got the video now. This is gonna be really fun for Charlie to edit for Tuesday because y'all are getting the unedited version. So
you know what I'm gonna do.
So what's the benefit, right? Why would I be here now live when I could listen on Tuesday while I'm walking my dog? Well, it's gonna
be cleaned up.
It's gonna be cleaned up and edited.
Polished.
You get the official live raw uncut version. Plus, we are doing 3 giveaways throughout the night.
Oh my God.
Based on trivia.
So excited.
BTB trivia. So we're excited about that. But without further ado, because who knows what could go wrong.
See, someone said they signed up a minute before the Twitch.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good timing.
That's too much anxiety for you.
Oh, no. I would have signed up last week. You don't know. I needed that drive to Charlie's house from Kirtland to calm down.
Yeah.
I didn't cry. I promise.
No, it was probably just...
But if I did see this creature, I might cry. So let me talk.
Melon head?
Let me talk to you about the melon heads.
I would
Charlie.
love to hear about the melon head.
First of all, are you familiar with the Kirtland melon heads at all?
Does it help you if I am?
No,
Okay.
It doesn't matter to me either way.
Yes, I am actually. I'm pretty familiar with them.
I've seen one. I caught one. It's actually in the basement.
Yeah, don't go in the basement.
Don't go in the basement.
I'm gonna open this beverage.
All right, nice and
yeah.
Save that in the edited version.
It's so good.
Isn't there a candy named Melon Heads? And they're Sour Heads. And they're Sour Patch Kids.
Is there?
I don't know.
I don't know
either. But there's a lot into this. There's multiple urban legends. There's encounters, because obviously I wouldn't be doing an episode, Lemonheads. I wouldn't be doing an episode if there weren't encounters. A little bit of conspiracy,
yes.
A little bit of what could be going on.
Yes.
First time chat, I was about to say it sounds like a candy. Thank you. We're not talking about a candy. We're talking about orphans potentially being experimented on with not candy. Like it wasn't a dentist experimenting with children with warheads. It's a little bit more sinister than that.
Oh my God, quantity over quality.
Oh,
you're hitting with the nostalgia right now.
Yeah, 3 okay live streams are better than 1 excellent one.
Absolutely.
But let's dive in, and I'll just let you all know a little behind the scenes. Normally, 3-armed Jimmy.
Oh, that's
wow. Kat, you might be the only person that remembers that one.
I think Roses might too.
Okay, maybe. Normally, I have a big external monitor that I'm reading my notes off of, and if I'd have known we were doing it here, I literally could have it right there, actually.
Oh, yeah, you could have.
But now I'm just going to look really unprofessional, like I'm ignoring you guys.
No, this is how I do most episodes, actually.
we have our differences. So I'm going to be in my phone a lot. I promise I'm not texting or ordering pizza. I'm reading my notes.
I could order some pizza.
Yes. All right, so Charlie, I feel like you already know it, but we're going to jump into the description of... You don't remember... If you were there for the live Helltown, Ohio live stream. The chat got taken over by 3-Armed Jimmy.
You remember Ghost Type Alex was there?
Ghost Type Ghost.
Ghost Type Ghost was there live.
Physically.
And so is
helping us carry stuff. I loved the setting. It was
a lot of fun.
We hiked halfway up a hill in the forest and set up lights hanging from trees, and that was how we did our live.
It was very cool.
It was very cold. Did you say cool or cold?
I said cool, but also cool.
It was both. All right. So I don't want to jump into the lore yet. I want to describe them so that we can get our minds off of candy and get it on the actual melon heads, right?
Yes.
So these are smaller, childlike beings. Some people think they are children that were experimented on. Sometimes they're just thought of as completely different entities. But as you can kind of guess by the name, they have incredibly large, bald, bulbous heads. Good alliteration there.
That's really good.
The feds are here again. Chill.
I know.
First Halloween episode for me, Josh. All right. Yeah, please give autographs out later. I'm going to try not to go off too many tangents, but since y'all are here and you are commenting, I'm going to respond.
It's like...
All right, you're on like comment duty.
I'm reading them.
Okay, if you feel compelled to comment, I won't be offended.
Like Stewie from Family Guy? I mean, kind of.
Yeah, but that's like football shape, which is also like Harold, but we're just thinking more a little bit different. And so okay, there's these children, right? There's these little kids, these beings that have these huge heads, and they're known to lurk around the woods in Kirtland, this rural area, which there were a ton of stars there. I'm actually really bummed out we're now here.
Giant houses.
Beautiful houses, beautiful stars.
Passed, there were like 4 of my houses.
Those parents are so busy and so rich that their kids probably wander off and became the melon heads, and they still think that the nanny is watching them. That's what we're dealing with here.
My costume is a podcaster.
Yeah, he's a middle-aged white podcaster.
Guy.
You're not middle-aged. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. So they lurk around the woods. They're known to prey on small animals. Some people think they actually attack humans.
Yes.
That's
what I thought.
Okay. Some articles that I've seen describe them as having razor-sharp teeth, which is the better to eat you.
Yeah.
So creatures wandering around the woods, lurking, killing animals. People find mutilated bodies. When people go missing, they sometimes attribute it to Kirtland. It's Kirt.
Kirtland.
Kurt. And I'm not making fun of you because I always said Kirkland.
Yeah.
But apparently it's not Kirkland, it's Kirtland. And the cops there are no joke. Now, that's not something I can say. I just been told that the cops there do not mess around. So they're always on Melon Head alert.
Do you know the fun fact I know about Kirtland?
We're both doing this. And I like it.
It's good energy.
It's almost like steeping, but it's close. It's like...
But the fun fact I know about Kirtland is that's where the Mormons gathered for a long time before they moved on out of Ohio.
Are they Melon Heads?
I don't think they were. They might have been part of the reason why Melon Heads were there. I don't know.
Okay.
But it was a big Mormon population before they were kicked out.
I didn't know that. But now you all do.
Yeah.
So thank you, Charlie. Whenever you can add history in here, it's much appreciated. Thank you for the first time chat.
Yeah, thank you for subscribing. I know I saw a couple in here. Thank you.
Yeah, we do appreciate it. And just a reminder, we do these every Tuesday, just not full episodes. But here's something where I found conflicting arguments in terms of the Melon Heads. So some articles that I read said that the Melon Heads are obviously aggressive with the razor sharp teeth. They're attacking people. They're attacking children, animals. They're jumping on you. But I also saw other articles that said they're actually very docile. And it's due to the experiments, which we're going to get more into in the lore. But it's because they've had so much testing and weird fluids and things injected into their head, it obviously affected their intelligence and affects their ability to function. Very similar to, and I will mention it later, a lobotomy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So on the other side of the spectrum, it's that they're not necessarily aggressive, although maybe if provoked, but they just kind of stumble around and wander around the woods of Kirtland in a very docile state. So there's nothing we talk about is ever finite, except for fairies.
They have to wear button-down shirts because they can't get over their head.
They got, you know what, that wouldn't be the worst life.
No.
Wouldn't be the worst.
What do they wear though? That was my question. What do they wear?
There's no report on what they wear.
I imagine they wear like robes.
I saw a dental advertisement, and it was like, you know how teeth are so important because you didn't notice the guy was missing an eyebrow, and then you look because he was missing a tooth, and then you look up and he was missing an eyebrow, and you're like, oh, I didn't catch that.
That's crazy.
So I think people, my analogy that being, I think people are so focused on the large heads that they're not like, is he wearing Gap? Is that Louis Vuitton?
That is a fair point. I like to think they're wearing like Colt robes.
I was thinking overalls.
Oh, that makes
maybe they are just Stewie.
Kirtland's so rural.
It's just Stewie. They are just Stewie.
Ragging on Kirtland, I think.
But beyond those two sides of the spectrum, kind of like the most common, because I don't think a lot of people are hiking in Kirtland. So a lot of people claim to see them while driving. So you're driving these roads, which we can attest to. We were just there at night. They're a little windy. Some areas are a little rural. And the idea is that while you're driving, your headlights just barely capture this little head creeping out. And you don't want to stop because you're trying to go somewhere because you got to set up for your third live stream. But you see it and you're like, wow, that's a big head. Wow, it has razor sharp teeth. Wow, that's scary. I'm in Kirtland. And that's how you know. Here's a really good quote from a source that I like a lot. And I actually, I don't feel bad pimping all the time because I'm actually a paid subscriber. From Mysterious Universe. You ready for the quote?
Yes.
I'm trying to look down and I'm trying to be like those like a politician where like I got my notes here and I'm gonna glance at it but then I'm gonna talk to you and try not to just focus here on my phone. But here's a quote from Mysterious Universe. Quote, "These creatures are said to look more or less human, but with a sickly pallor and enormous, almost comically oversized craniums, often almost mentioned as possessing sharp, shark-like teeth that sit atop their slight frames, and they wander around the forests." I wouldn't call it a forest. Surprising motorists, startling hikers, and sometimes downright terrifying people with their nightmarish visage.
Yikes.
All right, clearly they had their thesaurus open when they were... Visage, imaginated.
So,
but I like the sentiment.
Well, yeah, it's a nice quote.
Tyler needs a teleprompter. I actually have one, but it is continual. It's in my phone. But it's continual, and I would not be able to stop because it's like reading, and Charlie would say something funny. I'd be like, shut up. Now I already lost my place.
When we were leaving the forest, right?
They have buttons?
I think so.
Yeah, I might look into that.
When we were leaving the forest, I swear to God.
No.
Let me finish.
I know what you're going to say.
I swear to God, I heard kids talking in the forest.
I heard them laugh when we were sitting down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
but the park we were at was open for 3 more hours.
But it was after dark.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
You ain't never been to Walmart seen a baby at midnight? People let their kids out at 7:30.
I'm just saying it was creepy.
It was creepy. Listen, I would have completely overlooked it completely, but he's not lying. He's not embellishing. There's no reason for us to. We're here now. It's not like we can investigate. I did hear laughter.
It was creepy.
Y'all were so close to dying and didn't even know. Someone thought we were replaced by aliens, and I'm not gonna say that's not true.
As a teacher, I agree. Normal children are creepy.
So I gotta take this off. I'm sorry. Y'all know what I am. We're gonna do our first giveaway because y'all.
Oh, is it right here?
Y'all were patient and we're excited, and this is our 3rd time. So this is each giveaway item. We're doing 3 of them.
Oh, I like these hype things.
The hype. Each giveaway that we're doing gets a little bit bigger in both value and size. So the first one is the least valuable, but I think it's still
very cool.
Pretty cool. Stickers. You know what? I'm actually gonna do this.
Switch to the cam.
Yeah, I'm better at tech than you might think based on how things have gone tonight.
It was not your fault.
All right. So here's what y'all are playing for. We got this sticker here.
There you go.
You got this sticker here. And talk about unreleased imagery that only some of y'all know about, which is going to be in a poster form eventually. Thank you, Jalen, for this awesome watchtower. I pretty much gave her Firewatch and said, make this but BTB. It's a little UFO there. She put some dark clouds on there. So it's almost that looming, is a storm coming? I don't know, but it's still a beautiful night. But let's get back to the main.
Let me know this really quick.
I can't stop it.
I'm just letting you know.
I don't know.
I'm just letting you all know what's gonna happen.
All right, do it before I switch it.
Okay.
All right, Charlie's blowing his nose. This is me, and this is Charlie's.
I'm getting something. I'm getting over something from my wife. She gave me something, some kind of sickness.
It's just a sickness. This is a lamp behind me. I'm assuming it lights up.
The lamp.
This is water, and I'm gonna take.
Are people asking about the environment?
No, I'm just offering the love bug. I like that. All right, and we're back on. Look at that technology.
It's pretty good.
All right. Do you want to read it, or do you want me to read it?
Read what
the trivia question. This is how you win it.
let me do it because it's the only thing I'm reading. So. Okay,
it's the only thing I'm reading. So this is a trivia question, and it's the first person to answer the correct answer in the chat is going to win. Maybe not these stickers, but you're going to win these stickers.
Okay, so the question is...
Wait, is everyone ready? Is everyone excited?
Are we all good?
Get your fingers ready. Home keys, y'all, or home thumbs if you're on your phone like I know you are.
All right, the question is, when Tyler doesn't think something is good or it's a little eerie, what does he call it?
Ooh. What
Pretty AF.
does he say? Yes. Is that the Stephanie? It is the Stephanie.
It is Stephanie.
She does have a fantastic voice. Ready?
She was reading her own.
And right there, Alpha. Alpha got it.
Yep.
Bad juju.
Bad juju.
I know you got those thumbs. Hopefully you weren't hitting that. Imagine doing this trivia when there was lag in here.
I know, right?
Yes.
A lot of people got it though. Interesting.
Appreciate all of it. Alpha.
CKO1.
Yeah, please send us a message or something. Otherwise, we will
on Instagram or something.
Absolutely forget. Let me take a picture of that too.
That's a good idea.
But yeah, Bad Juju. Which shout out. It's heavily inspired by the TV show Psych. In 2 episodes, Sean says something's bad juju Magumbo. I got rid of the Magumbo part. But that's that. So, all right, perfect. Yeah, send us a DM. If we're to get 5 people, we'll be like, I'm Alpha. You have to prove it. You have to give us your login credentials.
Yeah, right. And don't do that.
All right, so we have 2 more giveaways left, so don't feel discouraged.
Yeah, there's still chances.
Psych is my love. I have a cat named Gus. All right, so let's move on to the actual urban legends. So we described the melon heads, right?
No, I'm Alpha.
There's a guy on Twitter that is really into talking about Alpha, and I'm hoping it's parody because it is so bad. Love Psych. All right, so Charlie, we talked about the topic, the melon heads. Yes. I described them for you. Mm-hmm. I read a very, very beautifully written poetic article. Now let's talk about the urban legends. So where did these come from? Where did these melon heads come from? Why do people think they exist? What is their background story? And again, let me be clear, these are urban legends. I'm not saying there's newspaper clippings on some person's wall with drawstring that's like the first melon head was sighted here and then this happened here and this place burned down here. These are just stories, so to speak.
Okay.
And there's 2 versions and then there's like a historical encounter. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, so let me be straight up here. Both versions suck.
Oh, no.
And not in terms of storytelling value, but in terms of like there's no happy ending.
Oh. There's
no goodness. I think the first version is a little better, but it's still it's we'll get to it, but it's not a good time being a melonhead.
Okay.
So this rendition of the tale starts with the government was doing really, really bad tests and scientific studies on children. And it led to these mutated melon heads with these enlarged heads, these huge craniums. And it affected their intelligence, and naturally, it affected their behavior. So the heinous tests were eventually considered a failure. I don't know what they were trying to do with the kids, but whatever it was, it didn't work, or they didn't want to keep doing it. Mm-hmm. So they're like, all right, well, we're done with this. And like most Americans, we just throw it away. So they found this old couple that lived out in the woods of Kirtland.
Okay.
And they were like, hey, you're going to watch these kids and you're going to take care of them.
And they said,
but they didn't say anything really about the experiments. They said that the kids were suffering from hydrocephalia.
I think you nailed it.
Yeah, it's a disease that it's like fluid. It's basically there's like extra fluid in the brain and it makes your head swell. But not probably by like times 15.
How big are the heads?
They're big. Like they're like sizable. I'm not saying watermelon And I don't think anybody's ever had the chance to take like a tape measure.
Right, but they're big. Okay.
Enough that you would probably be insecure about it. Like
Makes sense.
you'd walk past a mirror and keep your head down.
Gotcha.
Which I'm not saying is right. That's just my opinion. So the old couple takes him in, right? And originally the wife, Mrs. Crow. So it's Mr. Crow, Mrs. Crow. They're living in this kind of abandoned looking house in the middle of the woods. And originally she takes him out and she's like, these are kind of like my kids now. And we're going to go get groceries, go to Walmart, whatever. But then the Melon head's name started and she could tell that it was negatively impacting how the kids were feeling about themselves, their self-esteem.
Yeah.
And obviously mental health, as bad as things were. So it became like a very isolated thing. Like she kept them pretty isolated from the world inside the forest, inside the woods, inside their house. And this is why this one's a little bit better than version 2, is she was motherly towards them. She cared for them. She took care of them.
Okay.
They had that bond with her.
A little bit sweeter.
Weren't actually her kids, but they developed that maternal bond with them. But unfortunately, as old people do, she passed away.
Yeah, that happens.
And the Melon heads didn't know how to cope with that, didn't fully understand what was happening.
Oh, man.
And so they started causing a ruckus. It was chaos inside the house. And Mr. Crow was trying to explain to them what was happening, that it was natural, that she was, just trying to take care of them, but she's passed on. But they're causing a ruckus. They don't understand. It's going crazy. And one of the Melon heads knock over this kerosene candle, this lamp.
Oh.
And it lights up the building. It kills Mr. Crow. It completely disintegrates the body of Mrs. Crow. I'm sure some of the Melon heads might have got lost in the mix. But it pretty much left them stranded, right? So their mom, their maternal figure's gone. Mm-hmm. The Mr. Crow is gone. Where they were living is gone. And their heads have been messed with through scientific studies. Mm-hmm. So they're not necessarily evil. There's just these kids that don't know how to fend for themselves, so they kill, they mutilate.
Lost, insecure, unknown.
Yeah, just wandering.
And their cognitive abilities are not.
Yeah,
there.
So their heads have been messed with. It is a really sad story. I know this is not good. The next one's even worse.
More sad, okay.
But that's kind of the first version,
nice.
Right? So it's just, so it's not good. This is another theory regarding this version. Some people think that the Melon heads did die in the fire. Okay. And it's actually their ghosts that are haunting the woods.
Ooh, that gave me chills. Why did that give me chills?
Because I think that makes it. Like, if you catch them in the distance, if you hear a disembodied voice laughing while you're trying to do a live stream, or you're driving and you see something, I think that makes it easier for, why haven't they been found? Why hasn't a police officer, why hasn't somebody found the body of one?
Oh, that makes sense.
That would make that more believable if they were ghosts.
Oh, God.
Ghost Melon heads in the woods and or forests of Kirtland.
And they're also Mormons.
That's a good point. It's because... says Charlie, it's because you hate child ghosts so much.
I do hate
the only thing worse than a melon head child ghost is the little girl child ghost.
Absolutely. You guys agree with me, right? There's nothing worse than a little girl child ghost.
Except for maybe a demon or
Well, I think that is a demon.
The Hat Man.
The Hat Man.
They're not Mormons. Don't trust them little girl ghosts. No. All right, so let's move on to version 2. Somehow, some way, this is worse.
Okay.
And it's because there's no maternal. Love, caring, it's just gone. So, this version of the Melonhead lore believes that Mr. Crow is actually Dr. Crow.
This is the one I know.
Yeah. Mrs. Crow is not in the picture. I don't think, based on what you're about to hear from Dr. Crow, I don't think he was quite able to land a significant other. What is this poll?
Oh, it's a cat.
Would you have taken care of? Hell no, I like that. So it's not Mr. Crow, it's Dr. Crow, and he is now a mad scientist. He's not just some old man. He is this mad scientist, and he somehow came into possession of these children. The main theory is that they were orphans, and it's either that the government provided him these orphans, or he made a deal with a local orphanage to somehow acquire these children.
Give me your orphans. Here's all my money.
Here's $30. I will take 40 orphans, please.
He said, Deal.
No deal.
These orphans are worth $5.
Yeah, I don't think that's how the math works.
I don't know math.
But that's okay. So somehow, some way, this mad scientist. I don't know what paperwork they had back then. I don't know what forms, what background check they did.
I don't know if they did any.
But dude got all these orphans.
What
and
year
he's
was
like,
it?
It's in like the 50s or the 60s.
Okay.
And he was like, I promise I will not do too many experiments on them. And they're like, well, all right, what am I supposed to say?
They told it to the orphanage?
No, I don't know. That's me spitballing. I don't know what he said. I'm saying this scientist now has these children. And scientist is going to do what a scientist is going to do. And that makes it sound like all scientists are bad, and that's not true. My sister's a scientist. I have mad respect for scientists. They know much more than all of us on Twitter. But in this case, not very good.
What is your sister doing to those bugs, Tyler?
Okay. Actually, I feel my sister's an entomologist, and I feel very guilty when we ever have to catch bugs. And there's like a little jar she puts in it with something that makes him go to sleep. But sometimes to preserve the body, you just put the bag in the freezer, and I actually feel really very guilty about that.
Did she say it's fine? It's probably fine.
She doesn't like doing it if she doesn't have to. If she can find a dead bug that she can use versus killing one, she will do that. We actually did that in Philadelphia at the Red Hot Chili Peppers show. But anyway, so he's got this kids, and his intentions are purely evil. He is only taking on these orphans because he wants to do experiments and tests on them. And this is kind of similar. He's replacing the scientist from the first version. So numerous tests, but the main focus was on the heads, obviously with, melon heads. So he was injecting unknown and random chemicals into their craniums, which caused their heads to grow tremendously. And this is also where the lobotomies came in. It's claimed that he was performing lobotomies, which if you don't know what that is, I'm happy for you.
Refresher.
I almost don't want to say. It's where if people, especially women in the 50s, were acting out, which we know probably just means the guys were being assholes, to make the women chill and kind of cool down. They just did this quick little experiment where they took this pick.
It's like a spike.
It's like a spike. And they just ever so gently put it up through the top of your eyeball. And they were like, I'm only going to tap it a couple times. Tap, tap, tap. And then the frontal lobe was like scrambled eggs.
They break your orbital bone.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do to scramble the brains. And, it hurt.
It's a soft scramble.
Yeah.
That's how I like my eggs.
And then, you're chill because it messed with the frontal lobes. Actually, this is like, there's many ways I don't want to die or things I don't want to have happen to me. This is one that whenever I learned about it, I think in college, and I was just like, wow. Like, could you imagine being a husband, and not to be sexist here, but this is really how it went down. Like, husband's like, well, my wife keeps acting out. She needs to get one of those new procedures.
Yeah. A lobotomy.
Yeah.
Lobotomy. We're going to sign her up today.
Half off. Buy one, get one. So he's doing all these tests. He's injecting chemicals in their head. He's doing lobotomies. So this is where the idea that they're a little bit more docile comes from. Because they were known to escape his house in the woods, but because they were so docile and because their brains were so messed up, he just kind of found them and was like, all right, come on back.
Like he put like a little leash on them and said, come on, guys.
Which parents with the leash thing I'm not down with. I think a whole new age of people know about lobotomies because of BoJack Horseman. If you ever watched that.
I've not.
It's a really good show.
I've not seen that show. Sorry, I was just reading the comment.
Yep. So, injections, experiments, heinous crimes. And for the longest time, the Melon heads kind of put up with it because they didn't really have any other options. But eventually, they kind of ganged up together, and they're like, we're going to take this dude out. And they killed they killed Dr. Crow, and they burned down the facility. And so this is a little bit different version where they're not like hopeless. They're angry. Like they're angry. They burned this down. They killed this man. They knew what they were doing to a certain extent. But now they're wandering around the woods angry, looking to kill, looking to mutilate, frustrated, angry with what happened, and obviously orphans, so no one's looking for them. No one's coming for them. So that's the second version.
Yeah, that's the story I knew.
That's the one you knew with Dr. Crow?
Yeah. I just like, no, they're still lobotomized, right? So they're still just like, let's kill him. It's very mild, very very monotone.
It's just like a very chill, like, hey, I think we should do this.
Kill him probably.
Yeah.
Oh
man, lobotomies are rough. So I do have a historical encounter before we get to like the encounters, because y'all know the encounters are where it is at.
Sorry, Sucker Punch was mentioned in the chat. That's where I really know lobotomies from. I love that movie.
I never saw that movie.
Rogue Vi, like my friend Kat, she showed me that movie when I was, I don't know, how old were we, Kat? Were we in college? I don't remember. I really liked it though. I still like it. It's a little insane, but I like it a lot.
I hope other people are dressed up in costumes too. I don't know why, and I'm like boiling now. I was so comfortable.
It's hot in
when
here.
We were outside, but it's not hot in here. I'm just overdressed.
Stephanie and Alex, they record their podcasts in this room.
Do y'all melt? Well, you're probably not wearing cow suits.
When I walk in here, I swear to God, there's like steam coming out of the room. It's like so hot.
What's happening?
You guys good in here?
Yes. Okay, so let's move on to the historical encounter. I don't know why. Was I doing this there too, or just here?
I think you're just.
I think it's because I'm confined.
Probably.
So I gotta like do these little hand. I'm like I podcast like this, but I don't got like.
See what Alex said. Yeah.
Listen, Alex, you need to come up to the attic then. I'm dressed as Tyler's doppelganger. All right, that's how I'm gonna know the right person Instagram messaged us.
I was thinking we should have gone to Tyler Wright's house.
In the Pierpont?
Yeah.
No, we needed Wi-Fi.
Oh.
I just wasn't. He said where he lived. That's okay. All right, so let's get to the historical encounter. So this is like another version of lore, but it doesn't really come from the background. It comes from. This is kind of how it spread. This is thought to be the first time that the Melonhead lore began. Not necessarily where they came from with the Dr. Crow, but why people even talk about these things, assuming that the original versions may or may not be true.
Okay.
So this was a bunch of teens in Wickliffe, Ohio, which is nearby, or was nearby, in 1964. There's a year for you. They were driving, as most people in that are teens and have cars do, and they saw something on the side of the road, peeking at them. Just peeking at them. And they claimed that it was a small person, small in stature.
Sorry, man. Hold on. So everyone's aware, the dogs are not coming in here. Stephanie, the dogs are not coming in here.
Oh, are you saying that out loud?
Yes. So everyone knows they're not allowed in here right now. They will destroy everything.
Just everything falls down. We just have to use the camera on here and just like huddle in. But anyway.
Continue, please.
So they claim that there was this person, this little person, small in stature, with this humongous, bulbous head. And they slowed down to get a better look, but the creature, as they called it, scurried into the woods. Now, what would you do in this instance?
Drive away.
Okay, I think that's what the average person would do. But these teens in 1964 didn't have much going on, so they're like, "All right, stop the car.
We're teenagers.
We're gonna go in." Teenagers, I don't know.
Like 16,
15
you would
to
do this.
15
I
to
think
17.
you would do this as a teenager. I
thought you meant I would ask the question. Maybe no, I don't think so. If I was with Ethan. If I was with Ethan, I would absolutely do this. Mm-hmm. But under normal circumstances, probably not. So they get out, they slow down the car, they get out, and they follow it in. They make their way through the trees and the brush until they find, in this open clearing, this big house. And sitting on the porch of this house was an old, elderly couple, casually, I'm assuming a rocking chair. Rocking like this on their porch, chilling. It's, normal day. But on the porch, along with the old couple, was just a bunch of melon heads just hanging out, just chilling on the porch. And the teens look at the man on the porch. They're like, "What's going on here?" And apparently he told the teens that once there was a nuclear scientist. Did I say that right? Nuclear?
I don't know.
Oh, God.
We don't need that.
Please don't leave us a negative review if I don't say it properly.
Nuclear?
He told the teens that they had once been a nuclear scientist during World War II and that the radiation had constantly been exposed to these children and they were being born with deformed bulbous heads.
The radiation got to my balls.
Well... Jeez.
I'm sorry.
There's not to get too real or sad again, but I know during the war in Iraq, it was uranium, I think, was really affecting.
What a bummer, Tyler.
I'm sorry, you brought it up. I wasn't going to go there. I was just going to read the damn story. But I'm pretty sure that uranium from bullets and things that they were using on shells, from shells and stuff. Like
uranium from bullets?
No, like melting it. Maybe it was shields. I don't know. Uranium somehow was getting exposed to people in the war in Iraq, and people were having, or it was Afghanistan. I think it was Iraq. And depleted uranium. Yes. Sorry, that is yes. This is off the cuff here, y'all. This is not my notes. I'm just saying that believe in the what? I don't know what that is. Anyway, it's bad.
No.
I don't know what that is.
Bizarre Ussy.
I don't know what that is.
Like Ussy.
Oh.
You add Ussy to the end of things.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. BT Bussy. Citation needed. No. Just trust me. Wikipedia.
Just trust me, bro.
Search depleted uranium. You'll find a really good Anti-Flag song, too. But anyway, I'm saying, like, this is like, okay, I'm not saying this. This is what the old man on the porch with the melon heads is saying, all right?
Okay.
So, in addition to having all these melon heads, he said, and the fact that... What? This sounds too much like candy?
It's how I just turned beet red.
Why?
I don't know.
Am I red?
No, a little bit.
I don't know why. I promise I'm not embarrassed. I did lose my place, though. This was one of my biggest fears.
I'm sorry, man.
No, it's okay. So, he was talking about how they were being exposed to different chemicals, and the children were being born with deformities, and obviously the bulbous heads leading to the melon heads. And he claimed that the government paid him to be quiet about it, and they actually took the man and the wife, and they relocated them into the woods of Kirtland with the mutated kids where they could be kept away from society. Doesn't really seem like a good deal to me.
No.
But that was the deal. It's like, hey, we won't kill you if you let us move you some. Maybe they're not paying mortgage. That's actually. I would take some melons.
How many? All right.
Yeah,
5?
How many years do I have to? First time chat, and then it's Kawasi.
That's not right too.
First time chat. I love it.
Killing it.
Do any of these theories say the mothers were tested on? No, Josh. No.
No, just the kids.
Yeah, and so the man made the promise with the government to not tell about the location. So the man was like, hey.
So he's like, hey, kids.
no, he was chill about it. He's like,
okay.
Hey, you know what? Let's just pretend this never happened. Let's just, don't tell anyone we were here. We're not going to say anything about you. Here are the melon heads. Take a lemon head for the road, and we'll catch you later. And they were like, okay, because they're pieces of shit because they're teenagers. Yeah. So, they told everyone at school.
Yep.
And there was obviously no social media back then, so they literally had to go locker to locker, probably write notes. We saw these people with huge heads.
Probably.
And then the teacher got them, and then they had to read it in front of the whole class. And really, that just spread the news even more.
And the teacher's like, what? Where? That's crazy.
Yeah, let's go. What is it called where you go? Field trip.
Yeah. He said, what is it called? You can think of field trip?
I haven't been. Listen, you're in the education world every day.
That's
it's been
true.
12 years since I was in high school. Oh. So a different group of friends went, and they went down the roads that they were told to go to find these melon heads. But instead of finding the couple, instead of finding the house, instead of finding any melon heads, they found police out there, and they were insisting them that it was just an urban legend, that they leave and turn around immediately. And when they refused to do so, the cops actually took the kids and drove them away. And they kept saying, we didn't do anything wrong. Which they didn't. The other kids did. They were assholes. No one's ever going to trust you if you spill the beans every time. Like, if you want to know a cryptid, I feel like you have to earn it. And if you spill the beans, although you should tell us, because then we'll do an episode.
Spill the beans?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I wouldn't trust a teen with anything secretive.
I wouldn't either.
But what else was he going to do?
Oh, you remember the teens from the Dover Demon?
Yeah.
They weren't supposed to keep that secret, but they spread around pretty good.
Well, they didn't tell anyone. They're like, what if I do a sketch? What if I pull out this piece of paper and draw it for you beautifully?
That's weird that they both did the same
thing. They all did the same thing. They're like, oh my God. I'm surprised no one in here was like, I'm going to draw a melon head.
That's weird too, yeah. Well, they probably couldn't. There's no artistic talent there.
So that is those are the two versions of the stories, and that is the historical See,
I like it.
I always lean this way. This is where
I know. I'm usually leaning this way.
So, the next thing is encounters. But before we get to the next thing, it is giveaway time. We are doing giveaway number 2.
Woo!
And I marked this. This is from Porch Rocker from last year. I hope it's actually...
only last year?
I hope it's like... It is... Yeah, it was August of last year. Wow. I hope this is what it's supposed to be.
It probably is. Like, can you read this issue? I got my nose again.
Oh, here, let me display it. So, wait, hold on. Don't do it yet. There's people watching. There's people watching.
Okay.
They're going to leave. They don't want to see that.
No, they don't leave. It'll be sad.
All right. Hi, it's me again.
Here you go.
All right. So this is what you're playing for.
Hold on. Okay. This is the trivia
item that you can win by answering the correct question. It is this yep, there it is. Believing the Bizarre neon logo, which some days I actually like better than our purple logo.
It's a nice logo.
Made by the same person, so I don't feel bad saying that. On the front, it's got our neon logo, and on the back, it says a podcast as bizarre as you are. How many ounces in that mug? Listen, why you got to do me like that? I wish it was 12. Okay, I wish it was 12 ounces. It's 11. It's 11.
Is it?
It's 11.
That's weird.
It is weird.
That's weird.
It is weird, but it is what it is.
That's unusual. Could say it's bizarre.
No, I wish it was 12 ounces because, like, if you use a Keurig, it's gonna be like like you have to, as soon as you get it. But I use it and I like it, and it's got our logo on it.
I got one downstairs, but mine's green.
Yeah, the green ones are good too. So again, same way, we are gonna ask a question, and call me Chris Redfield. Are we talking about pushing boulders in here? 11 OC. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop with that.
Oh my god. Okay.
But anyway, Charlie, would you like to do the honors of reading the second trivia question to win this mug?
Yeah.
Let me find it. Okay.
So where's it at?
This is a good one, and I'm not saying you got to be super specific, but you got to get it right.
Okay. Question number 2.
Let's go. Let's go.
In the Ouija board demon episode, what did Charlie and Tyler see during recording that scared them?
Alfie, don't be greedy, Alf.
Yeah, right. You should probably sit this one out.
No, you don't have to sit it out. But okay, so what did we see? Oh, Josh, Jay-Zilla, a black cat.
I think we should go with the black cat.
It was a black cat.
It was a black cat. That was more specific.
It was a black. Wow, I'm on. I'm
a neighbor.
I'm a spider. See
the electric bill.
You know what? There's times where the electric bill is disgusting.
Yeah.
A demon cat. You know what? Before we did it, I said be specific, and I'm gonna give it to both. Josh, I think you're the first person that said cat.
Yeah.
And I think Raven, you're the first person that said black cat.
Yeah.
We'll send y'all both mugs.
And Raven, I've been meaning to message you back. She hit us up on Patreon. It's an amazing message, and I've been.
Oh, I responded.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I responded.
I don't feel so bad.
Can y'all tell who it is that's responding?
I bet they can.
I just want to hear. I'm curious to see if you can tell. Not by like what we say, but how we say it. And I'm not talking grammar. I just mean I'm curious. I'm just curious. All right, so Josh and Raven, hit us up and remind us. And Josh, if this doesn't get sent to you, I'm gonna put 500 stamps on this, Josh. Literally, stamps. It's gonna be you're not even gonna be able to tell what logo it is. It's just gonna be stamps.
Oh,
yeah, just gonna be stamps. You don't have to write back, Raven. It's fine. You left us a very nice personal review. Mm-hmm. I'm also shy. Alex, if you want a mug, you can probably
get one. You just want a mug.
You could literally come to my attic. That's where they all are from the ones that didn't sell from Porch Rocker.
And then you can probably just take a mug.
All right, so we still have one giveaway left. And you know what? Let me spoil it. Throw it here. I want to hype.
Are you sure?
Throw it here. I want people to know what they're playing for. Because y'all might be like, I don't really care about the encounters. Right. Well, the only way that you can win this.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. Is if you stick around.
That's a pretty expensive thing.
It's very nice. You're not going to win this one. This is mine. I wear it conveniently when I'm chilly.
I want that one.
This hoodie, it's premium according to our store. This is our next giveaway item, so
yeah.
So make sure you stick around.
I believe producer Ben has one just like it, right?
He maybe. I wonder if he's here. Are you here, producer Ben? I haven't seen him. He probably has kids and stuff. Yeah. Tyler, you need to get some sleep. It's literally 3 a.m. sometimes. I get oh, I got called out. You can tell it's me because it's 3 a.m. Listen. All right. Listen. All right. This has nothing to do with the episode, and I apologize because it's not entertaining. But I need y'all to see. I need y'all to see because they're not wrong. You hold up.
Wait, who said that? I'm confused.
Check back. They said they knew it was me because it's always like 3 a.m. when I respond.
Oh.
This is my sleep, according to my Fitbit. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. I literally never sleep. There's a couple 2 hours in there.
They called you hun.
I know. I like that.
That's so cute.
Yeah. So. It's not even that, Logan. It's I'm a workaholic, and the best time to work is at night. I'm probably shaving years off my life, but that's okay. It's a fun ride.
It's a close shave.
Yeah, it really didn't.
I sleep well, if anyone's wondering.
Don't worry about Charlie.
I'm a sleeper.
He's a sleeper. I got you beat. You know what? That's not. You don't want to beat me.
Yeah. No.
You want to do better than me. I want the world to do better than me at sleep. But I put my phone away like I'm not using it for notes.
I know,
All right,
right?
It is encounter time. These will be read. Some are short, and I got a long one because that's how it is. So I'm from North Carolina, Charlie. Everyone gets pet names. Listen, 100% real, 100% real. If the podcast ever gets to a point where it can be our full-time job, if it ever gets to that point, me and Charlie have already decided, and it's very convenient because there's 50 states, and we could very easily not agree. But we've come to the conclusion that if the podcasts are a full-time job, there's a very good chance we are going to no, I will not sleep. There's a very good chance that we will move to North Carolina.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That is the state that we both enjoy.
Yeah.
It's warm, it's
I like it
nice.
a lot.
The sweet tea, the unsweetened tea, is probably pretty good.
The fried chicken, oh.
No, Pennsylvania. I can go to Pennsylvania like tomorrow.
There's snow there too.
Yeah, although your scenery is much better. But we do like North Carolina.
I do want to visit.
You want to go to California, deep down.
Well,
deep down.
In my heart, maybe.
Yeah,
the price point is a little bit different in California.
That electric bill be hitting hard.
Yeah, right.
Hitting hard. But anyway, okay, let's get to some Melon Heads encounters.
Yes, please.
All right, encounter 1. And these are from like WKYC, Ranker, Reddit, Mysterious Universe. They're from all over the place. Encounter 1. My first experience with what I think were melon heads was on the each branch of the Chagrin River.
Oh.
My brother and I were driving along Mitchell's Mills. I don't know where that is. And I saw a quick flash out of the corner of my eye. I looked right, and I saw something by a tree. It was very blurry, though. I was so scared, I screamed, and my brother looked out his window and said, "What the hell was that?" I guess he saw it too, because he turned around at the spring and we headed back. That was near Menor Road, which is off of Auburn. That's how it is.
Oh, I know where Menor Road is, though.
Yeah, I know where Menor Road is too. They're like more worried about telling us geographically where they are compared to like what they saw. They saw something on the flash of their eye.
Was that a YouTube comment?
No, it wasn't YouTube.
It felt like
a YouTube. All right, this one, I feel like there's a little bit more meat to this one. This is our second encounter.
Okay. I like how you have these like header 1, header 2s.
Do you not do that?
Nah.
Yeah. I'm a content writer.
I know.
This is how we do.
It's good.
You're going to be there, dude.
I know.
A couple more SGV. All right. Encounter 2 of the melon heads. It's like when people describe their houses. Sorry, that's how I'm doing. All right, imagine it's kind of like a bungalow, but there's like also a loft. And if you take the stairs, don't look to the left. That's a terrible picture of me. Don't look to the left. But if you go up the stairs and to the right, there's a bathroom there. Well, it's actually a half bath. And
you jiggle the toilet.
I know. Listen, I love how into the stories people get, but it is so funny. The Georgian houses, yeah.
The Georgian houses.
The Georgie houses. Wow. All right, encounter 2. Of the melon heads. Quote. I didn't give a quote last time, but I absolutely was reading it. Oh, no. I flicked my thumb. Flick it up.
Oh, is it gone?
No, there we go. Okay. Quote. I live in East Lake, Ohio, which is that where the Logan Paul's from?
Yes.
Yeah. Or is that Westlake?
No, he's from Westlake.
Okay. Not far from Kirtland. I've heard many stories, and I've seen many things in the woods of Kirtland. I've seen the burnt shack of Dr. Crow, and I saw the chain that the Melon heads hung his dead corpse from.
Oh my God.
I can say as one person that the Melon heads are in fact real. Close by Kirtland, there's a small castle for picnics and barbecues, which is true. I think it's the Squire's Castle. I've been there. And miles of hiking trails. When you walk down these trails, you can see mutilated animals in the deep parts of the woods. I've been hiking back in the woods for as long as I can remember. Not one time while strolling have I not seen small dead animals and their mutilated corpses and bones. Unquote from Rich. Yeah, Squire's Castle is dope.
Wow.
Listen, the chain that they hung him from.
That's crazy.
Wow. I feel like I should cut my hair.
I
I think it's almost time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have an opinion on that?
About your haircutting?
Yeah.
If you feel like you want to. I think it looks good short, but...
Yeah, Claire wants a short.
No, but whatever you want to do, man.
All right, that's true. I appreciate that. All right, encounter number 3.
Wow, that's such... I like that last one a lot.
No, the last one was...
There's so many, like, castles in Ohio. It's so weird.
Have you been to Squire Castle?
I haven't been to any castles.
Franklin Castle?
I haven't been to that one.
Okay. Yeah, that was one thing that I was curious about, was the idea of, the burned down house, because it was in both versions of the stories, and then this person's claiming to not only have seen it, but because even the lore, even the stories didn't say anything about hanging him from a chain.
No, it didn't.
Let your hair grow. Thank you. If I were them, I would say it was bad juju.
Yeah. If someone makes a reaction GIF, please let me know and send it to me.
A reaction GIF?
Aaron said I needed Charlie react GIF in my life.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you saw me react to that.
I can actually probably make it if I timestamp it. 54 minutes. Wow, this episode's dragging.
Oh no!
It'll be like a 30-minute episode once Charlie's done editing. There's a lot of
it
bullshit.
might have some cuts.
This will be uploaded on YouTube though as well. Encounter 3 from a guy named Tony, and I only know that because the first line is "My name is Tony."
My name's Tony.
He's like you put in the top left corner, Tony. The date, Melonheads.
Tony.
Quote: My name is Tony, and I recently had an experience with the Melonheads. It was on October 5th, 2001.
Oh, okay.
21 years ago. Damn.
Wow.
My stepfather, mom, stepbrother, and me were driving down Chillicothe Road. He says it might be misspelled, but I think it's actually correct. In Chardon. We had been driving up and down roads in the same area for almost an hour with no luck. We were just about to go home when we came up on the stretch of road that had fields on both sides and irrigation ditch running parallel with each side of the road. Just then, I look out my window and I saw him. A melon head. Now here's like almost Skinwalker territory. He or it was running along next to the ditch. Since the ditch was too wide to jump over, it was coming close, like it was about to jump and then pull away. At the time, we were going around 45 to 50 miles per hour, and the melon head was actually keeping up with us. It didn't look like anything I've heard in the stories. It looked about the same height as me, which is 5'7", which is an excellent height. And he was wearing brown pants, which were very ripped up where the seams would be, and it was held together by what looked like corn husk. It wore a white shirt and brown and red stains all over it. Its head was a very light brown tint. It had 2 holes in the side of its head, which I think were its ears. Its head was swelled up and its eyes were huge looking. Just as we turned a curve, it jumped into the woods. Unquote. Ugh, that's like...
How could you imagine? Could you imagine living in this...
In this world?
No, I couldn't. If you
Give me the
saw
electric
that,
bill.
If you saw that, like, could you be the same? I could not.
Close to Charlotte. Are you referring to us moving? Or this is, it's Chardon. It's Chillicothe Road in Northeast Ohio. Chardon.
Yeah, Chardon.
I might have let that off the lips. Not that I have lips, but if I did, it would have fell out. That one, oh, it's like a little skinwalkery, right?
Oh, it's so scary.
Like, if I'm driving...
Someone's got to go fast, and I died.
Must go faster. If I'm driving or riding shotgun and I look over and I'm seeing something running along with us and it's not a jaguar, I am going to be getting alien vibes. That's interesting.
No.
You know what? I didn't think of it like that, but that's not... I would have gone faster than 55 too, I think.
Yeah, I would
at least push 65. If I was in my Wrangler, it might have broke down.
I would have put my car in sports mode.
All right. So, even though we're doing this live, we still have sponsors. So we like to talk to you about Magic Mind.
Woo!
I'm hoping this goes better than the last time that we tried this live.
It will go better.
It was, just keeping on the reel. It was very highly edited.
I'm going to say, it is not a treat.
That's what you say, right? It's not a treat.
But it is good for you and helps us focus
hold on, before we don't do it, we're going to do a cheers.
Okay.
Let me just say this. Skinwalkers are my fave so far from the podcast. I think we've done 2, right? 2 and then me, or 1 and then my story?
1 and then your story.
Yeah. I feel strange or guilty when to go or rake episode. We'll see.
Chill.
I feel guilty saying this because they're such terrible things. I really like skinwalkers. Not like I would never want to run into one. I'd be terrified if
you'd be like starstruck, like, oh my god, give me your autograph.
Can you just like scratch in my arm? Wait, turn into an owl. Oh shit. I love the idea of it, even though they're absolutely terrible. It's like a weird thing to say. It's like someone being like, I love the 9/11 conspiracy. So I don't like that it happened, but I like the conspiracy. It's like I'm trying to separate the terribleness out of it, but I love it as a cryptid, as a lore. But that has nothing to do with Magic Mind.
Yeah.
I will say, so I started a new job. I was working at a digital marketing agency, and now I'm working for a company out west, like a nursing agency. And it was a very unique time. It was, the last 3 weeks. And I went from working in an office to working from home. I got a new desk. I had to like rearrange because we podcast in my attic. But I have an office that I had to rearrange. Our old podcast used to record in there, and the sound quality was fine. But probably shouldn't drink this at night. But anyway,
okay.
Long story short,
so we can.
I started making a tradition where I was drinking. Did you shake it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I started making a tradition where when I made my coffee in the morning, I would get a bottle of water. I get my coffee. And I would get this Magic Mind, and I'm being 100% honest. Charlie could edit this out. I don't care. I believe this. I have been killing it the first half of my day, and I've been feeling really focused. And I'm not saying it's not a coincidence, but 2 days ago, I did forget to take my Magic Mind, and around like 11:30 in the morning, I was feeling a little bit like shit. So now I'm not going to say that. So I think there's merit to it. It's not a treat. I think I like the taste now better than Charlie does.
That's true.
It's very tea-ish.
Are we going to toast?
We're going to toast. Toast to everyone who stuck with us for the 3rd time.
Thank you.
We're going to be very focused for the next 20 minutes. I don't mind it anymore.
I need a chaser.
My first impression was not good. I do not mind it at all. I'm now seeing colors. I'm a colorblind person now seeing colors.
I need a chaser. But
it
does help.
If you would like, I think it's like 20% off.
I think that's what it is,
if you use the code BAZAAR14, go to Magic Mind, 14 Days of Magic. Use the promo code BAZAAR14. You can get 20% off this. Tyler's not going to sleep anyway. That's a really good point, Josh. So, Scottie Pippen.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
I'll pick that up later. I've seen your basement, bro. Not this basement, your previous basement.
Logan said, are you chasing that with a Monster? Yeah, I've been drinking a Monster.
Yeah, so don't worry about me. Although I feel like you're going to have fine. I feel like you're going to be fine going to sleep.
I'll be fine.
It's high energy right now.
Yeah, that's what it's for.
So go check that out. BAZAAR14 is our promo code. It's a little pricey, but I will be honest. In sponsorship aside, would I have got this on my own? I don't know, but we got it.
I'm glad we got the opportunity.
They shipped it to us.
Yeah,
and I've been using it properly, and I feel good. No. Once this runs out, I'll let you know in a couple months if it's not the same. But I messaged a haunted hotel video at 2 a.m. and I think you responded around 3:30 or something. Why you gotta put me on blast? I spilling all of Tyler's tea. Yeah, I am up late. I can't help it.
I know.
It is. That's. I get all the creative energy. Listen, there's projects beyond just BTB that are cooking.
It's true.
All right. So let's get to the final encounter that I have for you before we get to the discussion, and obviously the next giveaway.
Yeah.
This is a little bit longer of an encounter, but it's a little crazy, So buckle in.
Okay.
Thank you. I was making sure you were actually going to do that. Okay. I don't know if anyone's ever done this before. If you take your thumb and you push up on your top row of teeth, like right between them, and you push up, it might entirely be mental. We do it like 5 times a recording, but it's supposed to help you enunciate better. I'm also going to get a drink of water because I have a very weak voice. We used to be in a band. And I used to sing in that band, and I found out real quick, Charlie sang too, I found out real quick that my voice is weak.
I'm going to blow my nose again.
Just do it off screen. Stage left. I feel like I have a little bit of phlegm, but you know, when you're live, you just got to power through it, right?
Phlegm.
Never heard of her. All right, encounter 4. Your thumb tastes funny.
Don't eat the whole thing.
I can't help you with that. All right. Quote. In Northeast Ohio, the Melon Heads are a local legend. However, the Melon Heads are mostly an excuse for teens to get drunk and to go in the woods. It's a safety hazard, so it's understandable why the cops would try and stop people from trying to find the Melon Heads. Despite that, teens still say that it's because they're trying to cover something up. They being the police. My friends, Darren, Brian, Lucas, Mark, and I decided to have a fun Friday night by going into the woods and trying to find these melon heads. We had to evade the cops, but really that just added to the fun of the night. When we arrived, Brian commented on how creepy everything was. He was met with the normal high school insults. We gathered our flashlights and took off into the woods. We were all just having fun, and at this point we weren't even really caring about the melon heads. As we walked, we could hear rustling in the bushes beside us. Darren shoved the smaller Lucas near the bush, forcing him to see what it was. A little bullying in the story, I see. The scent of something dead began to form in the air. Lucas pointed his flashlight into the bush, and he saw a dead possum. He commented on how gross it was, but we kept moving. All throughout our nighttime stroll, we tried scaring each other by saying, like, "What's that?" Or, "Does anyone hear that?" After about 5 seconds of silence, we would all break out laughing again. But eventually, Brian shoved Mark after he tried to scare us. Mark lost his balance and he tripped over, hitting the forest floor with a quiet thud. We all began speed walking away from him, laughing. But after a few seconds, Mark screamed. We turned back and we all flipped him the bird, but he got up and he ran over to us. He told us that he saw a melon head standing behind a tree. None of us really believed him, and we all just laughed at his claim. But he seemed really eager to leave. But he didn't want to venture through the woods alone, so he decided to stick with us. Later, I began worrying about Mark. He kept abnormally quiet. Now, if this was a joke, we think he probably would have told us by now. I still shook it off like an idiot. Strangely, we kept seeing more and more animal corpses, and they were always mutilated, and they smelled awful. Eventually, it got so strong that we had to resist the urge to throw up, and then it was gone with the wind. We were really confused, but we kept on walking, and we kept on looking. We began seeing strange, sharpened sticks and rocks on the trail. Ignoring all these strange things, it felt really weird, but we tried our best and we got back into the laughing spirit. Sure, we were still unnerved, but it was nothing that laughter couldn't fix. The trail seemed normal from there on out, but Mark was still super nervous. Darren and Brian were slapping Lucas in the back of the head, so he ran up about 10 yards in front of us. As he did that, I watched as Mark's eyes grew huge. He tried to call to Lucas, but then Lucas paused, and we all ran up next to him. We were greeted by the sight of some sort of house made out of sticks. The house had dead animals inside. We were panicked now. We looked back, but we saw one of the melon heads cross the trail. One peeked out at us from behind a tree. Now, we were all athletic kids, so we could run fast, and we did, out of there as quickly as we could. We ran into Darren's car, and we shut the doors. We didn't even bother buckling up as we sped away from the spot in the forest where we were. We went a little too fast, actually, and a police officer pulled us over. Honestly, in that moment, we were happy just to see another human. He opened our window, and he saw our scared faces. He seemed worried at first, but then had a smug look on his face, because he knew that we were looking for the melon heads. He thought that we just heard some noise, and we got scared, and it was nothing. He wasn't really listening to us. Was he not hearing what we were saying? After we calmed down, the officer heard a noise behind him. Now, we were still scared out of our wits, but the officer looked at the spot in the woods where it came from, and he told that person to come out of the woods. A few seconds later, he had his gun drawn. He was now yelling at the person to freeze. Then, a small, sharp rock flew, and it lodged itself into the officer's forehead, and the blood actually splattered on our window. Without missing a beat, we sped off. I decided to be brave, and I actually took a look back, and I saw something that I promise I'll never forget. It was a melon head standing over the officer's body. It brought out some sort of rock-like dagger, and it began cutting off the officer's limbs. The local newspaper reported on the missing officer, although they never found his body. But me and my friends, we know what happened to him. We never really told anyone the story, and I only brought it up because I saw something that caught my attention in the news. It was the body of 3 teens that showed up in the forest yesterday. All of them were hacked to oblivion by some sort of stone weapon.
What?
Unquote.
What? What? Did you follow that up at all?
No.
Oh.
No.
I'm not sick. I'm not that sick, by the way.
That's a Reddit one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Listen. They follow that what is it? It's the ACAB.
ACAB?
All cops are bastards.
Yeah.
Yeah. They must have been. They were riding that wave.
Chad was like, poor Charlie. He looks like he's dying. That's just what I do when I listen to Tyler's stories. I drift off a little bit.
I know. You should see when he's listening to Ben. Sometimes he just like looks over, starts playing with the lights and stuff.
I don't know. Maybe HD or something. I don't know.
You say maybe you have HD?
ADHD.
I don't know. Maybe I'm 4K.
Maybe I have 5K.
Maybe I'm 1080
streaming capabilities.
So here is let me finish this off before we get to the discussion. Here is kind of the, I don't want to say generally accepted. Here is what if you were to ask, how do I say this? I don't want to say like a rational person. If you were to ask somebody who didn't believe this story, okay?
Yeah.
If you were to ask somebody in Kirtland who did not believe in the melon heads, and you're like, where did it come from? Where did it go? Well, why does it exist?
Where did they come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Yeah. This is what they would say. They'd say that there's a group of teens that would drive around in the rural areas of Kirtland, and they would see this young boy on the side of the road, and he was a little deformed. He had some abnormalities. His head, it wasn't melon head size, but it was larger than normal, and he would stand by the road and just watch cars as they went by because of his head and the abnormalities. You know, he had some mental illnesses there. But that started the lore. So there was a real person that had those abnormalities that was staying by the road that would watch cars. Teens would drive by, see it, tell their friends, make up stories. This is what it is. This is the lore. That is kind of the, if it's real,
that's
where did it come from somebody who doesn't believe in melon heads. That said, it's time to do our final giveaway. I'm very excited. Pull it out again. Pull it out again. Let them see. Yeah. I'm gonna do it on here because why not?
Well, here you go.
Hold up. Oh yeah. This is what y'all are playing for. Let's put it over my face. This is what you want. This is what you need.
This is it.
It's soft. The inside is like a hoodie. It's warm. Feel it, Charlie.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It's very warm.
Sell it to him. What do you think?
It's like
What is it like?
It's like soft, but also very fuzzy and warm.
Yeah, it's like if.
And I imagine you wouldn't have to worry about the cold that's coming imminently.
Yeah. That's how you're playing the emotions. You're putting the worries of the cold away. Never have to worry about that again. We're not actually selling it to you because you're gonna win it.
Yes,
free.
the hoodie is a hoodie. Yes.
It is. All right, so this is our final giveaway question.
Okay.
It's a two-parter, and you have to say both.
Okay.
I looked up, and Tyler was a hoodie monster. You have to do both. There's no way around it. So if you only give us one, you will not get the hoodie. You got to give both parts of the
All right.
the answer.
Question number 3. We never covered the Bermuda Triangle.
Don't make sure you don't answer the...
Right.
Okay.
But we covered 2 other triangles. What are they?
One got us a lot of flack from a certain area. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, well, yeah. Okay, because nobody's gonna... Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yep, all right.
Yeah.
Hunky Chunk, you got it.
That
was
it.
fast.
That was really quick.
That was really fast. The only way it could have been more correct is technically it was Michigan Lake.
Yeah.
But
We never did Bridgewater. I want to do Bridgewater.
you never did Bermuda. You're going to be in the Bermuda Triangle.
I will be in March.
Charlie's going to be floating around. Hopefully. Bring your compass so you can see if it really messes things up.
I will.
All right.
I'm not ready. I'm sorry.
Oh, we got one more. Sean. Thank you, Sean.
What?
Jonathan. All right. So this is the time. Can you make a record scratch with your mouth? Yeah.
That wasn't very good.
This is the time that we stop the live episode on Halloween, and we like to thank our newest patrons. As of the recording of this live Halloween special, Third Time's a Charm, Melon Heads a Kirtland episode, we would like to thank Weirdly Bearded, Jessica, Elizabeth, Reb, Fernando, Jonathan, Lillian, Beamboy, and Sean, who just joined recently. Thank you all so much for joining our Patreon. I know a lot of you in the chat are in our Patreon, but Charlie, I need you to tell Beamboy. It's not Bean, it's B-E-M, like beam me up.
Okay.
I need you to tell Beamboy what type of awesome content is in the Patreon.
So now you guys get to see my full improv skills.
I know, sorry, Charlie.
I knew I should have wrote something out before we did this, but it's okay. Well, something we just did the other day was Google Hangouts, which is where we get together with some people and we have a full hangout session for about an hour or so. I bring icebreaker questions, which are somewhat appreciated, sometimes not. And then we also...
It's like this, but you can talk to us.
Yeah.
Like, you can talk back.
We have movie watch parties.
Oh, first time chat was a positive affirmation of you got this. I like that.
You.
Kitten Mittens.
And we also have games like quizzes and Do You Believe the Bazaars and what else is there? Oh, there's interviews with people who submitted their stories.
When they get back to us.
When they get back to us.
Netflix movies we watch together.
Yeah, and then Bizarre News, which we just talk about weird stuff in the news.
Bizarre News. Social media responses.
Social media responses are a lot of fun. We just do those questions that we ask on Mondays. We take those and we talk about those.
Shout out producer Ben, who actually makes those graphics and posts them.
How much is Patreon? There's a couple of different
tiers.
There's
a $2 tier, there's a $5 tier, and there's a $10 tier. And there's love in all of it.
Yes.
Do you believe the bizarre? Yes. We also have theatrical readings, which are coming back. We've already dropped one, and I know Charlie's working tirelessly on the next.
Drop next month.
Yeah, it'll probably be an every other month thing just because of the editing process.
It takes a while.
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. We really enjoy all of it. Brief sport tangents about Cleveland teams.
That's not its own segment, but...
Yeah, I think... no, it wasn't. I think Parker texted me something about Deshaun Watson, and I don't even want to talk about that stuff. Why are we talking about Deshaun Watson?
I don't know.
There's just just a lot of stuff that is just in the episode.
There is probably some more coming soon, actually.
Oh yeah, you want to announce it? It's very
also imminent.
It's very self. What's the word I'm looking for?
Flating?
No, it's a little. It's something we would never normally do. It's gonna be called Beyond the Bizarre, where we just kind of talk about whatever we want to talk about, life or things we're doing, or it's very behind the scenes, just honest conversations between me and Charlie, which is something we really stay away from. And it's like either we don't talk about us, we like slip it in a joke, or we save it for the very, very end of the episode.
Yeah.
But specifically for only on Patreon, it'll be once a month, shorter segments. It'll just be. Oh, they do. They want to see the tattoo.
I saw, yeah. Okay.
Hold up. Wait, hold on. Let me flip it.
I assume they mean the BTB tat.
Charlie does have to get naked for this, though.
I don't gotta get naked.
You would have if you would have got in your original place you wanted it. Never gonna. He's like, I'm gonna put it very high up on my inner thigh. Is that cool?
God. Does it look good there? Oh, that's the microphone.
Move your arm.
Ah.
No, you can't. Lift your arm up. No, hold up. Let me teamwork. Hold up.
That's not making.
No. Flip it. Other way. Hold up. Oh yeah. Wait, hold on. No, wait. No. You had it. Go put it back. There it is. Oh yes. Oh shit. No. One more time. They need to. Hold on. Move your sleeve up. Oh, look at that UFO.
There we go.
Look at that. That little campsite has no idea what's happening. Shout out Lindsay Joe Scott. Take it off.
Thank you, Max. I know you're not here, but I appreciate you.
We were very close to the microphone on that, so I apologize for however that came across.
Oh.
Back to the.
It was messy.
The normal programming.
I should have just got it right here.
Probably. So that's our Patreon. That's Charlie's tattoo, which is only possible because we got to 200 patrons.
Absolutely.
No, maybe when we get to like 4,000 patrons, I'll get a tattoo. Oh, I'm sorry that your wife was sleeping in the next room and you had to turn the volume down.
I'm sorry.
The mic is here and our faces were there.
Yeah.
But with all of that said, let's move on to the discussion. Also, please message us if you won the hoodie. I know you're Hunky Chunk. I know your name here, but
on Instagram or something.
Instagram, Facebook, shoot us a message.
Or even Discord.
Yeah. I'm actually going to take a picture. Just your name so I don't forget.
Ooh.
All right, Charlie, you get to open your mouth now. Actually, since this is live and you've been responding to things, we just woke your girlfriend up. What? That, I don't believe you. Unbelievable.
That's so cute.
Okay, Charlie. Discussion time.
Yes,
You've known about the Melon heads. You've heard all the stories and the conversations. This is an hour and 20 minutes. Y'all getting a movie.
Oh, this
not
is
like Lord of the
long.
Rings, but it's good.
Oh, this is long. Oh man.
Dude, we always need to put the camera up here. Like we got jaw lines now. When did that happen?
I definitely don't.
No. Look down. Look down and say, "Oh my god."
Oh my god.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, maybe.
I was wondering if my jaw was hiding.
When you get
it was
filmed from straight above. You're gonna have a jawline.
This is nice. Wait, hey BTB, I have an interesting story that I feel like would be crazy for you guys to tell for listener submissions. Well, then submit it.
Yeah.
Send it our way.
Absolutely.
Instagram DM. Go to the website and go to Believe in Bizarre. Submit my experience.
I'm gonna say spoilers here. There's not gonna be a lot of editing to this, but.
Yeah, it's going to be a very bad... People who aren't out of the 40, 45 that were in here are going to listen to it like, ooh.
Oh, it's getting warm in here, too.
But yeah, submit your encounter and your experience on our website, Believe in Bizarre. Submit your experience.
Please.
Do y'all like the longer episodes? I know Charlie sometimes like, let's wrap this up because I know he's the one that has to edit it. I'm like, So anyways, yesterday I was watching the Browns. He's like, all right, anyway. But Charlie, we talked about the stories.
Yeah.
You had your own opinions coming into the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I love the longer episodes. All right. Looks like Charlie's got to have to edit some 2 hour and a half episodes, please. You know how hard it is without tangents to turn this stuff into an hour?
I know. All right. So the no Melon heads. You're right. I did have opinions coming in.
Yes.
I don't know if they've actually shifted at all. I knew the one story pretty well.
Oh, the second one with the doctor.
Yeah. You know why I knew it?
Are you Melonhead? Are you?
I got a surgery. No,
was
James
my
Renner's
uncle.
book.
Oh, it came from Ohio.
Yeah, which I think.
You got a Crash Bandicoot?
That's definitely.
Listen, we have a studio. He has a Rick Grimes action figure in a box, and I have a Shane, I can't remember his last name, figure in a box, and they're gonna stand by each other.
I have a Shane I'm better for Lori action figure.
Oh, you got a weak.
I thought I had the book in there. I think I still do.
Action figure's gonna kill my action figure.
But anyway, I read that story because it came from that book as well. It's a story I've known.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you love the Do You Believe the Bizarre. I will let producer Ben know, because sometimes he's like, "Do you think people like my stuff on Patreon? Do you think they?" And he's a little sensitive, but we always tell producer Ben that he kills it, and we wouldn't be able to do the podcast as well as we do without him. So I don't think he's watching right now because he's older and in bed probably. His back probably hurts too. But we love you, producer Ben.
Yeah, I've never.
Let me take it. That'll make him happy.
Oh, it says
he's not in there.
But who's not producer Ben?
What?
Not
producer Ben. Maybe it is. Are you in here, producer Ben?
I am.
I don't trust him.
Yeah, would you make an account?
I don't know if he knows how. Oh my God. Anyway,
he doesn't miss you at work at all.
All right, that's enough.
All right, the goddamn Melonheads. I don't know, man. I am skeptical of them in general, because I just think it's a scary story, and the idea of children with sharp teeth and giant sharp heads are scary. But I really just think it comes from people not understanding disabilities and being judgmental.
Yeah.
And it's a scary story. It's a fun story, but I think it comes from a bad place of misunderstanding disabilities.
Yeah, and
would not to be a total bummer.
No, it's a tough thing to talk on too, because it's like, to tell the story in a way where it feels the most believable, you have to talk about disabilities, but it's like very touchy, because it's like you don't want to be like, oh, they have disabilities, so they must be these melonheads, because there's no nuance to that, and it's very insensitive. But it's also of the times where it's like, you see somebody in the 60s or the 50s with disabilities or with abnormalities or something like that, and and even teens now, especially teens now and then, just when you're younger and you're not, even older people, everybody's an asshole. But you make fun, or you start urban legends, or it's that like I want to be in on it, or I want to create something larger than life, so I'm going to create this story.
Or even if there's just a base for a story. Like I see that, I want to make a good story about it. I want to be the hero of that story. Yeah.
Or even, I guess maybe even if they drove past it, it did freak them out, and instead of coming to a rational conclusion,
they just expanded upon it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it must be. Don't you? I love producer Ben and how he screws with you. I love how he starts every Do You Believe the Bizarre? Because it's like, I'm always trying to fool these nincompoops or trick these knuckleheads. It makes me laugh.
I know, it makes me laugh too.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get producer Ben on. One of these days, we'll have producer Ben on one of these live, either one of our live extended discussions on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, every Tuesday. Or we're going to get him on another Google Hangout.
We'll get him on something.
Yeah. He's a busy man. He's got a lot going on.
But yeah, that's where I come up with the Melonheads. Unfortunately, I think it just comes from ignorance or...
Yeah. No, I agree. I enjoyed some of the encounters.
Yeah.
Like that fourth one was crazy.
That's fantastic.
With that cop. We should finally get an anti-cop group and put that story in the book. Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
And the one about the person finding what?
That one. That's probably going to be a big no, Alpha.
Play a Ouija board. I have no interest in playing a Ouija board.
Yeah, Tyler.
Out of respect.
Tyler won't play with me.
You're not old, Ty. Sorry, I'm talking to you. You're not old. You're just more older than me and Charlie. That's all.
Yeah.
Listen, it's almost midnight and you're up. I'm impressed.
I'm tired. But it's Friday, though.
I wasn't talking about you.
I know.
I know, but really, it should be like 10 o'clock right now. Or it should be...
I know. Well, we had
10:30.
We had issues.
We got issues. Yes. So... Charlie, on a scale of believable to viable, to skeptical
Yep.
to unbelievable. Where do you fall on the melon heads of Kirtland, Ohio, Northeast Ohio, by Chardon, by Wycliffe, by
East Lake?
Yeah, what was the name of the place? I'm going to tell you, since we're not there anymore, I'm going to tell you.
Lake.
No.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you where we were. What was it called? We were at Penitentiary Glen Reservation.
Yeah.
That is where we were at. And it was beautiful. And it was a starry night. And I was super excited. And it was cold, but the cow suit was keeping me warm. And then there was no internet.
Yeah.
Or in my personal hotspot. Sucked. And your personal hotspot was a little bit better.
Not much.
Not much. But sorry, that's build up. I was giving you time to think about your answer.
If I can go in between and unbelievable and skeptical,
Unskeptical.
barely skeptical.
Barely skeptical?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to do you one better, and I'm going to go unbelievable.
That's fair. That's fair.
Although, okay, for real though. For real, what do you make of the children you heard?
I don't know. That's why I went skeptical.
So if you didn't hear those kids laughing tonight, or those voices, would you
probably went straight unbelievable?
Wow.
Because that was really creepy.
It was creepy, but talk about like real life experiences. Are we all talking about our ages?
I think we are, yeah.
I am 30.
There's a couple people who are my age.
31?
Yeah. About to be 32.
Man, 25.
Shut up.
Hunky Chuck, go just walk outside and just like lift your arms up and just breathe. And just be like, ah. What do you rate the melon heads? Who's doing the poll? Is that Kat?
I don't know who's doing the polls.
Is it Jay? Wait, no. No, who's doing the poll?
Can
anybody just do a poll in any chat?
I think so, yeah.
Look at all these people in their 20s.
Oh.
22?
Love you guys.
Oh my God. And you're up at midnight? Minor, I know. Jeez, no. Man.
Wow.
I'm actually happy about my 30s.
Oh, Kat's a mod. You have to do a mod. I forgot we made her a mod.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Kat.
Yeah.
I think 30s are cool. I feel the most.
They're pretty cool.
I feel the most on top of life I've ever felt in the 30s. Like I feel like I have a lot of opportunities. I feel like my brain finally is like, all right, we're there, we did it. How do you feel?
No.
Yes. So that is our episode on the melon heads of Kirtland. Thank you everybody for rocking with us. I know it's midnight here in Ohio. If you're on the West Coast, it's just barely 9 p.m. Can anyone tell me if the Cavs won? Because when we were driving here, it was tied.
Dude.
No, don't do me like that. It was tied. It was 121. No, we won.
Oh, we won?
We beat those Boston Celtics.
Did we?
Yeah. What the numbers say? That's us. Right?
Oh, I thought that was
No,
us.
okay.
Okay.
That's us. That's the Celtic.
We won.
Went to overtime.
I was listening to music. I wasn't listening to
the game. I was listening to music too.
I was listening to Passion.
I was listening
music.
to The Weeknd.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
I was listening to Tyler Childers.
What does it say? Bostonian who doesn't watch sports. Thank you. Listen, my Browns, I can't talk about them. The Guardians broke my heart.
Oh.
I need my Cavs to do well. We're not a basketball town, though. We are not a basketball town. We are definitely a football city, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But everybody, thank you so much. It's midnight here.
Are we going to discuss about this?
We did.
On Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, we're still going to do our extended discussion.
Yeah, if you want to join us for the extended discussion on Tuesday.
Wait, hold up. Tyler and Charlie have a Mothman story I would love for everyone else to hear.
Ooh.
Send it via DM. Yeah. I've never had somebody come to us and say
a
Mothman story. Yeah. Hit us up.
Get
some sleep. No, are you gonna make me?
But join us on here
on
our Twitch to talk about this some more. And probably some more rants, to be honest.
Go to sleep time. The Wi-Fi will be as good as it is here.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody, thank you so much for hanging with us doing the third time's a charm. We're gonna find a way. I think we're looking at an external wireless source so that we can still try and do on-site.
Yeah, I really want to do one in the spring.
Yeah, I know you want to do one in the spring. I'd be okay not doing one in the spring.
I really want.
Tyler started a dad podcast. Listen, I don't know if he's still in here, but producer Ben and I were actually tossing rocks at the idea of doing a Cleveland Browns podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the time for that, but I would love to.
I told you guys I'd edit for you.
He needs to slip some sleeping meds. Do you realize how much stuff for the podcast would not get done if I started going to sleep at a normal time?
Yeah, so I'm okay with it.
He's like, keep him up.
I'm a bad friend.
He'll walk over and be like, hey, you up? But anyway, thank you everybody so much for hanging with us. Check out if you want to talk more about the Melon Heads, maybe Charlie and I will have a revelation, and we'll think of different things. We'll be on Tuesday on Twitch. If you haven't yet and you like the podcast and you're on Apple, which I don't think any of you are, you're probably on Spotify, leave us a 5-star review on Apple. Let us know your thoughts on the Twitch experience. If you're on Spotify, just hit that 5-star and keep moving. They keep it simple on Spotify. Spotify's better because you can search. Apple, they don't really help you get discovered.
That's a good question. 8
Wait, what's the question?
Tuesday, what time?
Oh, it's Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
Eastern, because we're in Ohio. I feel like there was something I was going to say state-related was.
Oh, for our state?
No, what did you say like 10 minutes ago?
That was 10 minutes ago,
Is somebody, I thought we said something about a state. And it was, oh, here's a little hype for a year from now. If all goes well, and it's Charlie's turn next year, we are see, everybody finds us on Spotify. Everybody is, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Our plan is to do our next live Halloween special not in Ohio.
Yes.
It's going to be a big place. Not big, but big.
We did Waverly Hill, didn't we?
We did Waverly Hill Sanatorium.
It's not going to be a place we did already.
No, it's going to be somewhere we've never done, which is why I was like, why would we do Mansfield? Just kidding. It's a great episode. But it's going to be somewhere not in Ohio, and we're excited.
We did Bobby Mackey's cat.
We did Bobby Mackey's, too. Any hints?
No.
Nah. It's good, though. It's spooky. If you found us on Google... If you mean by Google searching, then I'm proud of that because I do our SEO. But anyway, thank you everybody so much for hanging with us. Have a happy Halloween. Be safe. Dress up. Eat candy. If you have a teenager come to your door, shame them, but still give them candy. They could be doing worse things. Everybody have a great night. Go Eastern States. Go to North Carolina. Give us something to do in North Carolina, and we'll see about it.
There's a lot in North Carolina.
I know. All right, everyone. Have a great night. Take care. Be safe. Have a happy Halloween. Thanks for talking about the Kirtland Metalheads with us.
All right, bye.
See you.